Bert Schneider is there with him now, and in case you ever wondered what a real live Hollywood producer looked like, there he is. If he wants an Oscar, I'll get him an Oscar. Thank you for being such a marvelous audience. You were magnificent. Thank you.
Good morning. Check.
His mic isn't working. He wants to know if this is an audience or an oil painting.
Good afternoon.
Good morning. Check.
His mic isn't working. He wants to know if this is an audience or an oil painting.
Press mic. It's a press mic.
It's a press mic. I'm pressing it, there's nothing happening. Camera's out.
See Davey.
Stand up again.
From members of the media.
Your pictures.
So when we've done that, kids, we can get back to the real world.
Nobody wearing a monkey shirt is media. We know that.
So if we got any questions from the press,
If we can get the cameras down in front, okay?
then we've got it.
Thanks, you guys.
The back 37 rows could just keep quiet for a little while.
Press, we'd like to thank you for the photo session, and we'd like you to exit now, and we're going to bring the family members out. Okay?
So if you got any questions, we should have them. I got a question here from this chap. Hello.
Settled a few differences. Where did you get that? Did you make that up? He said now that you guys have settled a few differences, and we're going, wait a minute. I mean, there's differences in height. You can't settle that. It's a good question. We hadn't considered it in those terms.
We understood that Michael Jackson was after buying the whole catalog.
From Paul McCartney, who's going to buy it first. After he's bought On Wisconsin and the Notre Dame fight song. Is that the Notre Dame fight song? Oh, Badgers. We don't need no stinking Badgers. Nothing personal, it's just a joke. If I can make a joke. No joke too cheap, no opportunity too easy. That's the comedian's creed.
Also, besides giving I wish that guy would
Do we plan to have an official autobiography? No, we're going to issue Davy's autobiography again.
Where's my phone now in the voice?
There's no plans to do that. There are a few out there on the market that tell most of the information. Obviously, you'd have to be a fly on the wall to know the rest. And
The adventure never stops.
I'm sure there'll be more books written about the Monkees. We'll have to wait for that.
A lot of great information. That inspired with all
What stuff's this?
so because of Mike Sullivan's that new record. No, she did so.
No, not really. Yes or no questions aren't going to get much response. I'm sorry, what? Any plans in the future for doing the record? I don't have any plans right now. I'm really up to my eyeballs in video business. I'm enjoying that quite a bit. We've got some videos in the works, and maybe there'll be some music accompanying Any more questions?
When you guys started years ago, today, you ever think about what you'd like to be known as today? Known as your
Tom Cruise. I'd like to be Tom Cruise. No?
Tom Berenger?
Rob Lowe. I'll settle for Rob Lowe. Sure.
I've got some good film on Rob. I'm talking about square dance.
You want to buy some pictures of his wife?
How about I'd like to be Victor Borg?
All right.
Over here in the next one. Well, let me just, since we're all assembled right here, and there seems to be so much misconception about this. Number one, I think everybody who's really a Monkees fan knows the way I feel. But the fact of the matter is that anytime I can perform, and the four of us can get together and play, I'm there for it. I want to do it. I love doing it. It's wonderful. As you may be able to appreciate, it's been a source of some frustrations to me to have activities that are so far flung that I'm unable to do it as much as I'd like. But that includes doing the things I would like to do with the guys and as one of the Monkees. That includes everything from making a record to making a movie to doing a television special. Theme park. And the fact of the matter is that we don't really have any concrete plans, and nothing is afoot right now. But that's not to say that we couldn't have something like that come up, and it's also not to say, and it is definitely to say that if it did come up, I would definitely participate. Now ask me that question. You mean while you point that camera to us, you want to ask the question about receiving the star? Well, today we received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and I was there, and it was a star, all right. What does it mean to me personally? Well, it means, what does it mean to me personally? It doesn't mean the moon, it just means a star. That's
I'm significantly more grateful than that.
Wait a minute.
I was born in Hollywood. I mean, I grew up in Hollywood, in the Valley, and in the area. So, all my life I've heard about the Hollywood stars, and I was as a kid walking up and down Hollywood Boulevard and going, wow,
stepping on Betty Davis.
Stepping on Betty Davis. So I'm very, very, very pleased. It's quite an honor, and I thank you all especially. It's very important to reiterate that this was something that came right from the fans. Stand up. And this young lady right here, if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have been there today. And I, for one, appreciate it tremendously. Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone. Are there any plans to film future concerts this tour?
No. Well, we would have, but Mickey put the kibosh on him, bless his heart. It's his money, he says no. He's so tight, he gets up in the bed in the middle of the morning and looks under his bed to make sure he hasn't lost any sleep.
I'd like to thank Helen once again, Helen Pensisoff, for doing what she did. And I'd like to thank you all individually, and I'm going to be up in room 24/7. It's going to take a while, but I'm sure we can work it out. And I'd just have one last stab at it, you know?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to ask each of you to like a nice round. You know, you're applauding yourselves when you, as well as the efforts of this fine person who really is core responsible for the star. Ladies and gentlemen, Helen Anderson.
Know what we did, but I want to thank all of you, because without you, this never would have happened. So give yourselves a big round of applause. Okay, what I have here are booklets for each of the guys. These explain the whole story of how the Star came about. Now, most of you probably contributed to the Star Fund, right? Well, we've got in here the names and addresses of every single one of you. There's also a copy of the nomination form and receipts from the 4 charities that these gentlemen asked us to send the extra money to. Those were multiple sclerosis, Greenpeace, the Guion Foundation, and the World Wildlife Fund. Now, almost 23 years ago, we all fell in love with 4 adorable newcomers. Been in the spotlight, you guys have always been in our hearts. You fans wanted to give you something to show you and the rest of the world how special you are. This star will be seen by millions of people every year as a permanent testimony to the impact you have made on the entertainment industry and on our lives. Thank you for being you, and thanks for being here.
So I'll be right. It's going to take a while, but...
Have we got any more questions?
Did we take some questions from the house? One question.
As a musician, where do you see music going in the night?
Again, it's all in the hands of the fans, the people that buy the records, whether they be Monkee fans or Who fans or Stone fans or King fans. It all depends who's buying the records and how much interest there is, how much you pay your publicist and who the record company bribes. You know, it's all the same story.
Any from the house? Any of you guys got anything?
Any more questions?
Anyone a burning thing? Here, right here.
7/16 Red State.
I love your music, and I have one
Well, it's on my mind. There are 2 other parts of the prison. One is one is called the Garden, and the other one's called the Magic Ball. There are 2 pieces that follow it, and I think I'll probably wait until those are finished and put it all as a set. But that'll take some time.
I have a request of everybody here actually right now. We have, obviously, you know, the show went to many countries around the world. The second biggest market we ever had was Japan. I see that we have some friends from Japan. Give them, let us stand up. Let's give them a round of applause.
How about over here? mean,
he wouldn't be half the dancer he is today.
if it wasn't for John Lennon. It was profound. It introduced whimsy into my life. Did you buy the car? Whoa! Well, bless your heart. It doesn't really run, you know. Even when it was hard to get into. What's that? Yeah. There. We don't have any film of it. Well, those are news footage. That's news footage, and typically that will have a small portion of it. Some of it will probably float around, and I'll just bet some of you guys end up with some of that. But I don't think that there's nothing formal set to put that out. Sure.
Get the right clear for the old
Well, it's possible. It's possible.
Rose City Chime?
Well, let's sort of stay with monkey business here. I mean, you can't imagine how gratifying it is to have you as interested in my solo work, but it's such a thrill for me to be up here with these guys. Let's go. The latter. Yeah, the bronzing of the bull hat was a joke, not a terribly funny joke. And as usual, the press took it seriously, so hey. More? In the back. You. That's right. Stand up. There you go. Both stood up. One in the red. Okay. Dear, I can't hear you. Would you ask me one more time? Loud.
One way or another. Yeah, right.
Well, I think the best demonstration of that is the fact that the four of us sit up here. You should understand that
To Davey, who is standing.
My legs are killing me.
the lady in front.
I've come to see my friends, and I know that you were thinking of doing a solo record. We thought it would be a great idea if you all did solo records and sold them in a bound album.
That's a good idea, yeah. In a way, towards the end of the Monkey recording career, we were kind of doing that very thing, but the last few albums were kind of compilations of our own personal tastes, and we all produced our own tracks. So we did that a bit earlier on. That's a good idea.
Gently strike the church.
What monkey record or records are you most proud of?
I mean, each one individually?
Reading from...
Who are you asking?
I'll say headquarters and head for me.
Yeah.
Headquarters and head.
I'd say that. Headquarters, certainly headquarters. Sometime in the morning. As we go along, a lot of stuff in head, I must admit.
You? What's your favorite monkey song? And who's your favorite monkey?
Well,
You're mine too, Davey. Except for myself, of course.
self-respect is better than self-neglect. So.
Well spoken.
Obviously,
I love it, babe.
me. Actually, I can't wait till tomorrow because I get better looking every day. my favorite song. I haven't recorded my favorite Monkee record yet.
My favorite Monkees record is Daydream Believer.
Who's your favorite Monkee?
Peter.
There's two of them. As opposed to the
interesting thing about
Why don't I get questions like that?
the interesting thing to me is that it's a G-rated movie, and it is easily one of those bizarre and unusual pieces of film I've ever seen. I liked it quite a bit. I thought it was sort of all over the place. It may have been better, but then you always think you could go back and do things better. Head was an experiment. A lot of people have said to me in interviews over the years, well, I guess you guys decided that you would call it quits and do this last movie as your swan song. But what they didn't really understand is we thought this was the beginning of our film career and that this was really going to be a tremendous hit movie. Boy, did we get that one wrong. I liked it. I don't like it much, but I liked it.
I think a lot to do with that idea that Mike was talking about was all to do with the studio and the publishing department and the television department. I think they were a bit tired of us guys and our demands and things like that, and so they thought we better leave us alone for 25 years or something. So I think that was the answer to that.
How about down front here in black? I'm sorry? I put the 12-string in Red Road's amplifier repair shop, and he was repairing it, and someone broke in and stole it. So it is somewhere in the underground.
And I sold it for about $5.
So yes, it was. What happened to the Monkey Mobile?
I stole that too.
Doesn't run very good.
How about this lady here with the red bracelet? How do my children accept my involvement with the group since I haven't been involved up till now? Well, you see, it's a misconception. My absence has been more due to the realities of my business life and not my heart space. So the kids know that I would have liked to have done this. When Peter called a couple of years ago, or 87, said, look, we're going to go out on the road. Don't know whether you're interested in it or not, but didn't want you to not get asked. I said, well, it sounds interesting. Let me know how long you're going to be out. He said, well, I think we're going to be out about 12 days or so. Called me a week later and said, no, actually it's 7 months. I don't think anybody knew, the three guys especially, and I didn't, how successful and what support you were going to give. So I can't do that anymore. I mean, it's a little bit. I've built this company, Pacific Arts, and there's a lot of employees there, and I have to be there and wear a suit and do that. So I'm doing that. But my kids have always known that my heart and my loves remain here in this whole thing with these guys. And to the degree that I can do it, I'll do it.
Mike, I have an idea.
Yeah.
Why don't the three of the rest of us go into the Pacific Arts office and we'll do the show right there?
What later this afternoon in the mailroom.
Sing it in the mail.
Pick one, Mick. You've got to pick a questionnaire.
A question?
Questionnaire? A questionnaire? Right over there.
You have to do better than me.
I'm sorry.
Who?
Me? Oh, well,
You pick the
I'll
questionnaire. You
I'll
answer the
start.
question.
I thought it was a grand attempt. I don't think it really came off really well for a lot of reasons. One of the reasons being that the musicians went on strike that week, and we had to rip the production out of the NBC studios and try to do it on the fly at a film studio, and so it didn't quite.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why we did it at MGM and with mobile. The first mobile video recording, if I'm not mistaken, anybody ever
You guys weren't there when I showed up. I went over.
I think it was an interesting attempt at something that didn't quite come off as well as it might have.
We had bigger plans for 33 1/3 than actually you ever saw. Not that what you saw wasn't fairly, but that's what Mickey's saying. We thought we'd really be able to do something super with that, and we got crippled up because of the production.
I think the producer, director, Jack Good of that, I think he got a good idea of what was going to be entertaining. There was some entertaining moments. One of my favorites when we had Jerry Lee Lewis and Fats Domino and Little Richard and Brian Alder all stacked on pianos playing some good rock and roll.
What were they playing? What was that song?
I don't know what the song
What was the song they played? You guys are supposed to know this.
However, once again, the idea of sort of the manufactured image and the coming out of the tubes and all this kind of stuff, instead of getting straight down to talent, they seem to use more other people on that particular thing instead of using our talents and using us throughout the piece. I think that a lot of the production around the Monkees was, it sidestepped us and it didn't give us a chance to develop. The TV was the only source. We had problems with the recording side of it too, with producers and other people picking tunes and all that kind of stuff going on. Whereas we wanted to get more involved and sort of grow up because we were all pretty youthful at the time. So I think lost opportunities maybe.
Interestingly enough, growing up was the theme of both 33 1/3 and Head in a lot of ways, or at least in Head it was getting out the black box and developing into our own creatures, and 33 1/3 was about how we were trying to get out. They both were very much in the same theme, and the Monkee career came to a screeching halt at that moment. Maybe we should have stayed kids.
I mean, if they could make a movie or a TV special with the four of us in it, we would like to have the same feeling when we finish doing it as we do when we finished the show last night at the Universal Amphitheater. But personally for me, the movie Head or 33 1/3, I didn't have that feeling. I didn't break a sweat, And I think this is what we need to be in the future. If we are going to do any recording or any TV,
we do it in a sauna.
We should really have to work hard and really use a lot of our talents that have not been tapped yet,
With the baby. Scream into the baby's ear and we'll hear the messages. The new what? What are the plans for the movie? There are no concrete plans for a new movie.
We have no plans for a movie.
We'd love to do one, but we don't have any plans.
We're just thinking about it.
We're thinking about it. Think harder.
Pick somebody, Dave.
You pick a questionnaire.
I already have their address.
Is there a phone call? It's the president? Tell him I'm busy.
I hope to do a solo mini tour. I don't know whether it will be local to where I'm staying or whether it will be nationwide or we'll go to the moon or what, but I sure hope to do one. And I'll be letting you know, got your addresses right on.
Helen, could you just come up here for 1 second, please? Again.
Good thing.
We have chance in my house for you, Helen.
We just have a little token of our steam. A token of our steam from the Monkees to Helen Francisca. A big hand for Helen, please.
And thank you all very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all very much.
Maniacs. Hey, hey, it's the Monkees, monkeying around for a new generation.
Two of them weren't even musicians. They didn't play their own music at first, and their creation was such a blatant attempt to cash in on the Beatles craze, they earned the nickname the Prefab Four. But as Dale Haramoto reports now, their fanatic fans are still believers.
The Monkees are back with their own